The Kings Canyon National Park is an American national park in the southern region of the Sierra Nevada, which is adjacent to the Sierra National Park. It is in Fresno and Tulare, California, established back in 1890 as the General Grant National Park, and is expanded to be adjacent to the Sequoia National Park due to financial reason. So as you enter the general highway in Sequoia Kings Canyon National Parks, as you can see how twisty the route is to my campground that I stayed at. Entered General Highway, which is Kings to Sequoia. They're adjacent to each other, so I'm just getting some rest before I get to Buckeye Flat Campground for tonight. Kings Canyon National Park is a national park in California in the southern Sierra Nevada. It is adjacent to Sequoia National Park, and the park's namesake, Kings Canyon, is a rugged glacier valley, more than like a mile, which is 1,600 meters deep. So other features of the park includes the 14,000 feet peaks, including, of course, the Mount Whitney, high mountain meadows, rivers, and giant sequoia trees. The park is north of the Sequoia National Park, and both of the parks were administered by or managed by the National Park Service, as did Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park. The majority of the park has 461,901 acre that drained by the middle and south forks of the Kings River, and of course it's got smaller streams as well, and is designated as wilderness. The tourist facilities, or the tourist places that you can go to, are the Grant Grove, home to General Grant, the second largest tree in the world measured by trunk volume. The Cedar Grove, that's located in the heart of King Canyon. Overnight hiking is required. And the Pacific Crest Trail and the John Muir Trail, a backpacking route, traverses the entire length of the park from north to south. This travel to General Highway is mostly the Sequoia, because since I went to the Buckeye campground, so I touched the Kings Canyon a little bit. So General Grant National Park was created to protect all these small areas of giant sequoias from logging. And although John Muir's visit brought public attention to the huge wilderness in the area. It took more than 50 years for Kings Canyon to be designed or designated as a national park. Even after President Roosevelt expanded the park in 1940, the fight continued until 1965, when the Cedar Grove and the Tehipite Valley Dam sites were annexed into or part of the park. So there are over 1,200 species of plants in Kings Canyon and Sequoia parks. About 20% of all plant species in the state, pretty much. In 1976, King Canyon was designated by UNESCO as part of the Sequoia Kings Canyon Bioreserve. It's where you enter to go to Buckeye Flat Campground. Regarding history, people have lived in this area, what is now Kings Canyon National Park, for about 6,000 to 7,000 years. The Owens Valley Paoti people that I mentioned earlier in the Yosemite vlog went to this region from their homeland east of the Sierra Nevada to Mono Lake. So the tribe found in lower elevations of the park, they found acorns for food, as well as deer and other small animals. There are a lot of things to do at Sequoia Kings Canyon. Besides, it's not as busy as Yosemite. You can do, you can camp and hike, and there's a lot of campsites here. You can also do a backcountry travel. You can do climbing and canyoneering. There's also water sports like fly fishing, and also you can do kayaking as well. Of course, there are bears everywhere, which is totally fine. You just have to hide your food away from them so they don't end up getting euthanized if they become more aggressive towards people. They all live with us as well, so we just have to leave them alone. So we had to end up calling the ranger to help us out with this.
Yeah, but he's hungry.
Actually a stream parallel to the campground, so that's actually their water source. Anybody has a leash, I'll walk it. This is Buckeye Flat Campground at Sequoia Kings. I have to move my bike a little bit. I think that's the mama bear. I'm not sure. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next motorcycle adventure to Inyo National Forest. It's not one of the national parks, but it's worth seeing due to the expanded region and very vast, a huge area of the forest of California.